downloading from your throne of grace for wisdom to run with. La kesh ate yakaba. Open your mouth and declare. Open your mouth and declare. The eyes of my understanding is enlightened. Thank you, Abba Father. The eyes of our understanding is open. Our wisdom pipe is open. As the words come forth this morning, as the words come to us this morning, we will take our word. We are not just hearing grammar. We take our word. The Spirit opens our understanding to know what and what to do. We will know the purpose of this calling. We will know the purpose of this place. We know the purpose for which you have made us alive in this season and for this season. In the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
All right, let's get seated, please. Let's get seated. Good morning, everyone. How was your week? I hope you're winning. Today is the 18th day of January, and the next 12, 13 days, I think January will be over. So the big question you should ask yourself by now is, what have I accomplished? What have I done? Which knowledge have I gotten? Which skill have I acquired? What relationship, new relationship have I cultivated? What is this shift that I've embarked on this 1 month? All right, we started something last week, and please always ask yourself serious questions. If you don't ask yourself serious questions in life, you will not embark on how to get serious answers. Always ask yourself serious questions. All right, ask yourself serious questions. Questions like, why am I not making the kind of money that I'm supposed to make? It will open you up. All right, the why opens you up to how. If you don't ask the why question, you will not know the how. All right, ask yourself serious questions, okay? This is 2026 and it's just third week. So ask questions and personal serious questions. Last week we started something, and I told us in our career and business training that there's a new economy in Nigeria, judging by so many factors. And this economy have gotten to the peak. The economy is not because we are just a bad nation, no. Or there's a bad government, no. The rate at which our economy is dwindling is not dwindling just because of bad government. It's also dwindling because of new things that Nigerians are not embracing. So we want to run with the old, and then we are stuck in the new. So we want to run with old mindset. Some of those old mindset I expounded it last week, mindset of using certificate to get jobs. All right, so it's creating more unemployment. And meanwhile, nations are beginning to leverage on technology. All right, they're beginning to use technology to have more jobs. They're beginning to use technology to create more jobs. And we are using certificate to seek more jobs. So you can't use the old to solve the new. So we are stuck, not because we are having bad government, or maybe we are not a good country, or maybe the natural resources are not there. We are stuck because we are not leveraging on the new to solve the new. We're trying to use the old to solve the new. So as long as we continue to do that, the frustration will be high. So I told us last week, I said, a lot of people are still going to school with the mindset that once they are done, they will get a job. Which job? Is it the one you created or the one government created? There's a deficit. Government doesn't have all the jobs. So because they don't have all the jobs, what are they looking for? They are looking for and trusting a lot of entrepreneurs to move in and start creating more jobs. Entrepreneurs create jobs. We solve problems that even government cannot solve. So I mentioned that, and I talked about it last week again. I said that inflation rate is hitting us really hard. We are getting we're about 15 to 17% in our inflation rate. And then the purchasing power of our currency is not helping us. So how do we now stay local and project ourselves in the global space? You can't use certificate and project yourself in the global space. All over the world, people are projecting themselves from their country to different parts of the globe with relevant and contemporary skill set solution. So how are you going to, you study microbiology, so what are you going to tell them, even on LinkedIn, that microbiology, this is my certificate? Who cares? Nobody is getting job in that manner anymore. So I told us last week, I said, since there's a devaluation, it's still ongoing, of Naira. So what do we do to earn in international currency? So we need skills that is widely acceptable. While we are local, we'll be earning global. We don't have problem going outside the country. I've said it time with that number. We only have problem exporting our skill outside the country. As populated as China is, all of them are not going outside. But they are in China pushing their product outside. Some of their products, those people have not visited Africa. Some of the things they're doing, I don't know the founders of Temu, all right, but I know that Temu is having a strong effect in Nigeria. Right now, if you place order in Temu, Temu don't ship it from China anymore. Temu has built an office in Nigeria from the money they have generated here. They studied us. They created just a simple platform. And we are shopping and shopping and shopping, and they're generating a lot of money. So what can we export that will bring good currency, dollars, pounds, name them, yen, and what have you? So I talked about all these things last week. So please, if you attend our career and business service and you are not taking action, you're not going back every week and review and look at what you can do, it will just be a nominal Christian that comes to sit down here, and at the end of it all, you go back the same. It's not going to change anything in your life. I told us last week, part of the things that we can export, like teaching skills, languages, Nigerian curriculum. Many parents, young families are out of the country, but they still want to keep in touch with the things we do here. So, for instance, someone can decide to customize, create the curriculum, teach people Yoruba language for Yorubas, teach Igbo language for the Igbos, and people will still be abroad, but they will not lose their language. They will not lose their language. And these are some little things that we can do. Let's move over into what we have briefly. So, still in the Nigerian new economy, we're looking at degrees versus skills. What the market truly pays in 2026. In case you are pursuing degree to the detriment of your skill, your pursuit of skill in 2026 should be higher than pursuit of degree. Write it down. Please, you will not tell me that I didn't tell you. The pursuit of skill should be higher than the pursuit of degree in 2026. The pursuit of skill, skills that are relevant, should be higher than the pursuit of degree. In today's rapidly evolving economy, the value of formal education and demonstrable skills are both important, but they play different roles in how the market rewards. The value of both formal education and demonstrable skills are both important. But in today's economy, they play different roles. So the question you should ask yourself, what's the role of education, formal education, and what's the role of skill? A formal education, can it give me maybe the next 1 year? Can formal education give me 1 million, 10 million, 50 million? Answer the question. Go back to skill and ask yourself, what are the skill sets I can acquire this year? Can this skill set give me the money? Whatever that is your answer, pursue the one that gives you the right answer. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. Let one be higher than the other. Let pursuit of one that will give you what you want, let it be higher than the other. Degree still open doors. Please write it down. Especially any career. Still open doors. Start earning little money. Part of the things that degree serves, I'm going to list it out and then I'll continue. Number one is credential validation. Credential validation. Oh, he's a graduate, he has certificate, he did this. Oh, I have my MSc, I have this. It still gives you that sense of, yeah, I've finished this, I've finished that, I finished this course. I'm a certified nurse, I'm a certified doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm this, I'm that. It still gives you that sense. Number two, many regulated professional jobs till now in Nigeria are still looking for certificate. They are not looking for performance. They are not looking for you can do it. So degree can still give you that opportunity to still have your relevant professional certificate. So, like medicine, sometimes they ask people, are you a civil engineer? And the person you're asking, are you a civil engineer, can build skyscraper. Not because he has gone to school, but because of hands-on. He has been around people. So because of how we are still valuing certificate, so people will now say, since he's not a graduate, please don't give him the job. While he's submitting his quotation, let's look at his certificate. Let's look at his profile, his citation. He's not educated. I don't think he will do that. So we still rate certificates higher. So you can still get it. So it still gives you access to opportunities like regulated professional jobs, medicine, law, engineering. They still require formal qualification. Another thing that it does is it gives you this early career entrance. When you are working on the path of career, if you are not a graduate, forget it. You will be a security man. You will be a cleaner. There is nobody in any organization that will listen to you, no matter how your resume, how powerful it looks like. I've told us a story about my life. They were looking for someone that has a BSc in, sorry, not a BSc, MSc, sorry, a master's degree holder in business administration. And I applied for that job. Thanks be to God that my two top guys that were the co-owners of the organization, is a South African firm. Both of them went to Lagos Business School. And so there's a shift in their mindset. So when I applied, a lady told me to go and apply. He said, Brokesi, apply. You have all the experience. I said, but I don't have the qualification. I don't have the certificate. He said, no, leave certificate, go and apply. So a lot of people were there, and I went. I submitted my CV. They invited me for the interview. I went. So on the day of interview, while we were interacting, they asked me a question, I answered. They asked me the second question, I answered. By the time they paused for a while, I asked them a question. They couldn't answer. They said I should throw more light. From there, I started expounding, teaching them about the sector, telling them what will happen in this sector in the next 5 to 10 years. And they said, Christy, that's the name of the front desk manager. Tell everyone that came for that interview to go. We've gotten the guy we're looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, it's interesting to know that they did not look at my resume again to know if I have this certification or not, if I'm a graduate. The only thing they saw was I can do this thing. Now, it's not everyone that will do what they did for me. Some organization, they will still trickle down and start looking, why didn't you go to school? What happened? You finish what? SSC? No, we don't. At that moment, no matter your grammar, your knowledge, you are disqualified. So it gives you, certificate still gives you early entrance into your career world so that you can start up, and then while you are starting up, you can stay there maybe 1 to 5 years, build enough skills before migrating to something else. So let's look at skills. I cited this instance concerning certification or degree. Let's look at skills. As the world of work changes and accelerates, skills increasingly drives compensation, opportunities, and long-term relevance. I'm going to write it again. I'm going to say it again. Please ensure that you write this thing down. Degree was eliminated completely. As the world of work accelerate changes. Skills increasingly drives compensation. It drives opportunities. Please write this down. And long-term relevance. As the world of work accelerates, skills increasingly drive compensation. It also drives opportunities. And lastly, it drives long-term relevance. Question. What skill at the moment do you have outside of certificates that you know that this skill is creating or will create opportunities for me starting from now? Few of my skills that I have, my skill set, there is what we call skill set. I'm going to teach us that in a short while. In my book that was unveiled yesterday, which we didn't talk much about it, it's just like an accomplice, a kind of, let me escort the cracking the billionaire code. Billionaire code was the main thing that was unveiled. If you get my book, I didn't want to talk much about it because the foundation of this book is money science. Money science was laid bare. I talked about 9 different types of skill set that you must have. 9 different types of sets that you must have, including mindset, skill set, relationship set. I talked about different types of set. You must arrange them. You know, if you're going to work, there are tools that you must go with. And if you get there, if you don't have those tools, you'll be frustrated. It's either you go back and get it. So in the journey of your life, there are things that must be in set. You must have a set boss that anywhere you go, any country you find yourself, those sets are there. So I talked about it in Money Science, which I'm encouraging everyone to get that book. That book is a movement. It's not just a book, but that's by the way. So what skills do you have that you know that it will create opportunity for me anywhere I go to? When the expatriates are coming to our country, they usually come with 1 or 2 clothes that they can use to change maybe the next day. Some don't even come. Some just come with a box or with a little bag. What is in that bag? Their set. That's what they're going to use to work. So what is in them is that they've equipped themselves with a lot of skills. So they know that if we get to Nigeria, it's not a function of certificate. Most times when they come here, we don't ask them for a certificate. It's interesting to know that we don't ask them for their certificate. We don't usually ask them. What we're interested in, if they can deliver this thing. And once they can deliver, they're good to go. So how come we are here and we're asking ourselves certificate when people can deliver? If you can over-deliver, they will forget your certificate. If you can over-deliver with your skill set, they will forget your certificate. So it naturally creates opportunities for you. It does. It creates long-term relevance, and it also drives compensation. When I talk about compensation in terms of earnings, income, and other things. So in 2026, you sit back, this is January, you ask yourself, how many skills? Is it 1? Is it 2? All right, don't compound everything. Just ask yourself critical questions and stay committed to those skills. Stay committed to those skills. I don't know so much about policy except on the surface. And when I decided to go back to school to run a 4 years program starting from this year, I told myself, I said, it's not just because you want to play in the leadership space or political space in our country, but it's because you want to understand organizational policy making, national policy making. In fact, part of our assignment is that we're going to work with them in the National House of Assembly. When they were doing our orientation, they told us a lot of things. We're going to work with states. We're going to work with federal. We're going to know how policies are being made. What are the factors responsible for formulating policies, national policies, state policies, and also organizational policies. So I needed to understand that because there's a level of consultancy I want to play in, which is at the peak in terms of policy making. Because it's policy that drives everything. A policy that drives nation. A policy that drives organization. All right, so at that level, you'll be interfacing with top people. So I told myself, this is not a quick fix. Find out school that runs that. And I checked and I saw the university. And I paid my fees and I started school. Now, what am I trying to say is that I know there are skills you want to acquire, knowledge you want to acquire that will help you. Some of them are long term, some of them are short term. So always understand what will it take and pay the price, and pay the price. But now you should be thinking, what skill, relevant, and also that it's important and critical in our own time. So let's look at some of the skills. I'm going to, break it down into 4 to 5 categories. Number 1, technical skills. Technical skills. What technology is doing in our time, or whether technical or technological skills. What technology is doing in our time is phenomenal. It's amazing that you can't live in this age without having 1 or 2 tech skills that can be used. Should I tell you one thing about tech skills? It does not have any special respect to age. So young people are becoming billionaires. Old people that knows how to also acquire that knowledge, that their minds are still open to learn, they are also becoming billionaires. So it doesn't have age. Like somebody was telling my wife, we were discussing, we went to see a medical personnel, and while we were having conversation, and he noticed that my wife has so much interest in medicine. Of course, I used to tell her, I said, sweetheart, we can study medicine now. Study medicine. So when the doctor looked at her and said, there's nothing wrong in studying medicine, but it has age, is age considered. All right, if you study medicine now, how old is it going to take you to become a medical doctor? You will just be a medical doctor that patients will not be coming to see you, because you are just starting and you're already 60. You are just starting, you're already 70, so there's no point practicing. So, but when it comes to technical skills or technological skills, it does not have age limit. It's just open to you, and you stay committed to learning. Last year, I subscribed after I did my first AI training, and my first full AI training, not all these chats, chats, GPT, using it to just check this, check that, do this. No, I'm talking about real skills. So when I finished the first one, it opened me up. And I subscribed for the second one in UK. I'm still on it now, though I'm a little bit slow because of other engagement. I'm supposed to have rounded up and get to the second stage. Check some of these tech skills like AI, like ML. ML is machine learning, AI, artificial intelligence. All right, cyber security, data analytics, digital marketing. These few things, video editing, as little as it is. There are people that are now sophisticated video editors that has migrated from video editing to being a videographer. Amazing. And they didn't go to any special training school. They learn about effect and other things. So, subscribe, commit, stretch it. Is it going to be a 1 year? Is it going to be a 2 years? Because the truth is, once you are done with these technological or technical skills, once you acquire it, your earning starts that day. Once you can get a brief, you are good to go. Your earning starts immediately. So you are not waiting for anybody to employ you. You are the one that is creating opportunities for yourself. You are the one that is projecting what you are doing. One of my protege got a job, and I think she should be on her way to Abuja either today or yesterday. I can't really remember. And she got a VA job, a virtual assistant job, and based on, she has been on some skills, and she has graduated, finished her youth service, no job for some time, getting to 1 or 2 years. But now, not up to 3 months, between November last year, she decided to shift a little, and she started going for back-to-back training. She said the training has not finished. She got a job outside the country as a virtual assistant. While she's in Nigeria, she's working in an international organization, and they're paying her good money. And the thing now gave her the opportunity. She told herself, there's no point staying in Enugu. I have a city that I love. So it's not Enugu that is giving me job. I can stay in any city that will open me up to higher version of what I am acquiring as skill. So the level of this skill here is low. So she decided to leave the city and just sit inside her house where she's going to stay, and she'll be doing this job when she's less busy. In fact, the job, because of time, whatever, the job is more in the night because of our time zone. So she does the job between 11 p.m. till about 4 a.m. It's like a full-time job. But then, from 4 a.m., she'll start resting. 10 a.m., she's awake. She's free all day. And she works all night. And she wants to see where she can invest her money and get a higher version of that skill. From all indication, she said something to me when she came to see me. She said, I am migrating into another profession entirely. What I studied in school is just for me to have paper and knowledge. I'm migrating into another profession. So, list out where you're migrating to. Now, don't just list it, but please be committed in making use of it, okay? So next one is soft skills. Soft skills. I talked about technological skills. Soft skills, very simple soft skills, like communication skills. One of us in the church, Rabungozi Ebo, she teaches people on communication skills. She teaches people on public speaking. And now, may I tell you, she didn't study public speaking in school. Of course, what you study in school might be English or whatever, but her interests. So she developed the skills. She equipped herself. She has written a book in that regard. And apart from she has written a book in that regard, she's training people. She's training people. Now, these skills are not rocket science skills. All right? So soft skills like communication skills, soft skills like leadership skills. There are people that have acquired leadership skills. They are using it to train people on leadership. They may not even know how to lead very well. But they have developed themselves in acquiring these skills. So these skills, you don't need to go to school to acquire it. It's just commitment, dexterity, and then your drive for soft skills. So soft skills like leadership skills. There are other skills like problem-solving skills. Problem-solving skills. There are people that knows how to analyze, knows how to break down problems, and now knows how to, suggest solutions. That's where consulting comes in. All right? You start learning about how to acquire problem-solving skills. It's a skill that you can use to teach others. What other skills? As little as driving skills. As little as driving skills. It's a soft skill. It's a soft, very powerful soft skill. Don't think you must get a car before you start driving, before you learn how to drive. You can actually learn how to drive before you get a car. You can actually learn how to drive before you get a car. So soft skills. Why am I explaining and expounding these things is that they are not far-fetched. They are things you've decided to do. I did an extensive study about marketing because I wanted to acquire marketing skills. But then when I was doing it, it was traditional marketing. And when I was done and the era of digital marketing surfaced, I called somebody in Lagos and then we partnered. Moneywise Institute started bringing in Olivet Cloud. Olivet Cloud is one of the leading tech companies, all right? You can Google, you can know more, check out the school. Olivet Cloud, I brought them in, and every of our students, I told them, I said, marketing is no longer a major course, but digital marketing, because that's the future. And she took us through digital marketing courses. The first time, I did the first one, I did the second one, and I did the third. Every time they are in town to run the training for our students, I will sit down like a student. I am the founder of the school, the facilitator, but I usually sit down to learn. So you can actually learn marketing, the traditional marketing, since there's a blend of traditional and digital in our age. You can learn it. It's a soft skill. I'm not talking about, I talked about the first one in skill that has to do with technology and technical skills. I mentioned digital marketing. But now here, you can learn traditional marketing. People are still looking for strong marketers. In fact, I need to say this, the opportunities that the real estate sector has opened up for people have entered into that sector as realtors, or what we call marketers, or what we call agencies. And some of them have been able to generate the kind of money that if they mention it to you, you'll be surprised. Why? They mastered traditional marketing skills. And get back to them, you will be surprised that that's not what they studied in school, but that's a skill that they acquired. There are people, I know of a woman, she's done training all her sons. The woman had 3 boys, no girl, and all of them are graduates. The woman was just frying normal, buns and all those things. where I was in Lagos. And one time she told me that she went for a training. What's the training? Multi-level marketing training. And after then, she subscribed. The woman gave herself to that multi-level marketing that year. And it wasn't long, the first time she showed me her lot, it was 760,000 naira. And of course, she didn't show it to me again. She was telling me to join. Of course, I'm a marketer, but at the same time, in marketing, you must have area of interest. It's not everything that I will sell. So, but I was not too comfortable with multi-level. But after a while, the woman moved from 760 and was earning up to 6 million every month. That was when the woman started. See, you've not made up your mind. That's why you are now acquiring the needed skill. You've not made up your mind. You are comfortable with this, your 230,000 naira salary. You are too comfortable. It's giving you false feeling. It's giving you false feeling. Once you pay bill here, you pay bill there, you feel comfortable that you have money. You don't have money. Skill is still the end thing. Skill is still the end thing. So it's not just, when we talk about skill, years back, all right, in 80s, 90s, people were not comfortable because what skills project to them is mechanic, fashion skills, what else? All those, funny, just normal life application skills, a kind of, maybe fashion designing, mechanic, hairdressing. That's what we regard as skill. But in the contemporary world, in this age, skill is ahead of degree, especially all over the world. Developing nations are embracing skills more than degree. Get your degree. It's fundamental, it's basic. Get your degree. But please, when you bring skill and bring degree, a skillful person that knows what he's doing will earn more than someone that has degree. They gave us the blueprint. The degree was better. But things have changed. Can't you see that things have changed? It's obvious that things have changed. Stop pretending. Business skills. Next, I've talked about technological skills. I've talked about soft skills. So, business skills. Number one in business skills is sales proficiency. Sales proficiency, to be a salesperson. You hear people in the United States of America, and you hear them, if they want to introduce themselves, you hear things like, I'm a salesman, and they are bold. I rarely hear that here. The only time you hear it with pride is when people drive maybe a Hilux covered box, and they're carrying some product, like medical product, said, I'm a sales rep. I'm talking about freelancers that they are selling for 2-3 companies and they are earning their money strictly on commission. They don't have any business with salary. They don't need it because the commission they get is enough to run their life, and they can use that commission to build empires. And you hear them say, I'm a freelancer salesperson, not sales rep for any country. So you're freelancing, so sales proficiency. So how do you now cultivate this? And these skills are some skills that you can actually develop by yourself. When I resigned from Remet Lostria as their business development manager in the city of Lagos, a South African firm, when I resigned and I wanted to venture into something else, guess what I ventured into? I started subscribing to schools to market their schools for them to have more students, and they'll be paying me a certain amount every term per child. And we'll do that for one session. First time, if I get 2 students or pupils, you will pay me from their school fees this percentage, and I will know. There's a way I did everything, and I started marketing for a school called, I think, Catchet Bearers. I remember, Catchet Bearers. Catchet Bearers had population. But I told them that this population will dwindle. I've seen schools. If there is no aggressive marketing and you are getting more students, after a while, it'll start declining. So let me do this thing for you guys. We signed, we did everything, and I started. And I was marketing. I got some students, massive students, that were paying me. Nobody asked me to do that because I've read a lot of books on sales. Oak McDino, The Greatest Salesman. Powerful book. Powerful book. I read it. Oak McDino, one of the best sales books you can ever read. I read it. Still in business skills, negotiation skills. You develop negotiation skills. There are powerful negotiators. They've developed it, is now a skill. Next one is financial literacy skills. I acquired that one, I acquired that one, I acquired it. Nobody will give you any title. It is the skill that you gave to yourself that will give you a title. It is the one you acquired. And there's a point you get to. Now, I consult for many organizations. Oh, God. I'm sitting in the board of some organizations, that's why. By financial literacy skill. Did I study economics? No. Did I study banking and finance? No. Did I study any financial related courses? No. I acquired it by myself. I acquired it by myself. Listen, the minimal is what the government will do for you, basics. What's the basics? Infrastructural provision, road, basics, light, basics. They may not even give you water. You have to sort it out. They may not give you a house. You will sort it out. In developed nations, government gives basics so that citizens can think straight. They give house, water, even food. Basics. Now that you don't have the basics, why don't you create something for yourself? This certificate, thank God for you. 80s, you're a graduate. 90s, you're a graduate. In the millennia, when we entered, you started doing something. But please, the order has changed. There's what we call economic realities. It has crept in and it's there. And you're still using what you are using to run life now. You will be hitting a brick wall. You'll be frustrated upon frustration upon frustration. It's not a prophecy. It is a well-proven fact. It's not a prophecy. So I'm encouraging you, please acquire skills. Next, I talked about financial literacy skills. So in financial literacy, what do you know about money? Making money. Do you know how to make? What do you know about money? What do you know about managing resources? Basic knowledge you don't have about making money. And you think to make money. You know you can't make money. Money is not a function of hustling. I've hustled. It's not new to me. I used my early days in Lagos. I lived 15 years in Lagos. I hustled. I ran around. I did so many things. I found out that the more I do those things, sometimes there's a flash in the pan. Other times you realize the thing will disappear. So there are things that I need to structure, put it in a systematic way, and know how to grab money, set traps, and know how to grab money. And I started learning about these things, and it has given me room to teach the same thing to other people. So financial literacy skill, you need to get it. I'm emphasizing on that because it's a strong skill for yourself and for others. If you don't have a skill, you're going to have problem in terms of your earning power. After a while, you become a burden to a lot of people. Next is creative skills. Creative skills. Storytelling. Content creation. Everybody wants to create content, especially in the social media space. Everybody wants to create content. Everybody is creating content. And you realize that your content is not attracting any traffic, because the essence of creating this content is to generate traffic and then be monetized and they start paying you. So if that is the case, one of our church members, one of us in this church that is doing great, she came to me and she said she wanted to travel to Lagos and go and meet one of the best content creators in Lagos to learn about content creation. I will not forget. After service, we were there. And after then, I said, okay, the Lord be with you. How long? He said she's going to spend 7 days to acquire it. I said, okay. She said, I've been doing it on my own, but I've noticed that I'm stuck. I'm not getting what I want to get. She left. After 7 days, she came back. And when she came back, we had another training. I think we paid about 200,000 naira for those of us that were interested. One young man came from Lagos and started teaching us about monetization, Facebook, YouTube, and other things. And of course, that was when my YouTube, after the training, I knew with the help of the media team, we started doing some things. My YouTube page grew and got to 1,000 for monetization stage. And of course, It was monetized, but I've not started anything like that. I slowed down in the content I was pushing out because I told him, he was the one helping me. I told him, I said, I want to rebrand myself. I want to rebrand myself. What I used to penetrate there was Blood at Midnight, right, on my personal page. But I said, this is not just me. So I want to leave that page for that, but I want to rebrand myself, to project myself on the international scene based on what I think I can push out. And we paid him, those that paid, and other people paid. I can't even remember how much, I don't know how much he made, but that content creation skill generated a lot of money for him within 2-3 days in this city. He was on air, he was everywhere, he was organizing training, 60 people, 70 people. He spent few days in Enugu, but every day this guy was involved using content creation skills to gather resources. So this lady came back and then subscribed for this second one and said this and this and this is what they taught her, but let her just add up. And she paid and did that training. Last year, November, this same lady came to me after some time and called me and said, am I around? I said, no. He said, I'm coming to your office. I want to see you. So I said, okay. That I'm not around. You can't see me today. Maybe to say, please, sir, even if it's 1 minute. I said, it will not take time. I will drive in because I'm somewhere. I'm doing something. So I drove in. She brought out an envelope and said, Pages has been monetized. And she told God that once they pay her the first money from her monetization platforms, that she's going to give it to me as a seed of honor. I said, wow. I collected it, prayed for her. She left. She's a church member. I opened it, lo and behold, it was about almost $1,000. Her first money. Now, that's then. That was then. November last year. Now we are in January this year. She came to me again. She said, sir, I'm looking for a 2-bedroom duplex or thereabout. I want to rent, furnish it for my content. That's my content office. That means she's earning to a point that maybe she has gotten December income. Maybe she's waiting for January. And then she wants to use content creation money to rent a duplex. You are waiting for salary by certificate to pay rent. Sometimes you don't even have it. You borrow, you do everything. Can't you think? And the person I'm talking about is a graduate in the medical field. Can't you think and know that the curriculum have changed? And know how to align. You are behaving like a foolish person. You can see that things have changed. You refuse to change. You will go into extinction. That's what happened to dinosaurs. You are feeling you are too old to learn. You are feeling that you have time, you are too young. You will go into extinction. After a while, you will not be relevant anywhere. Because if you don't have result, people will avoid you like leprosy and cancer and HIV. When you call people, they miss your call, they won't return it because you don't have result. And you get angry. I've been calling you. Why will I pick your call? Is it that you want to infect me with your disease? There's nothing you're going to tell me except I have this problem, I have that problem. When poor people come, they analyze problem. Can you imagine a rich man calling you, miss his call? You will return the call immediately. And when we call a rich man too, that knows that you have relevant, he will return your call. I've never been a burden to any rich man, dead or alive. The only thing I can never, nothing will make me say, hey, can you help me put my child in one university with me? I'm a blessing, a bundle of blessing, anywhere. Any sense of begging, it doesn't exist. I killed it when I started learning about making money. That was when I saw it, I read it. I said, why is it that people are reading, they are not applying? I killed anything. If I come around you, the aura is the aura of solution. The aura is embrace this guy, he has something to offer you. Aura of solution. As at 1:50 something a.m., I was still chatting with Ugochime. Send me a message. I replied. Send another one. I was not telling my wife around that time. I said, this man will be wondering, does this boy know they sleep? This is a newly cultivated relationship. And it's already taking shape. is already taking this guy. Immediately after the book launch yesterday, Redan Escos left. Everyone that you see there that is in real estate, all of them are the executives. You can imagine me, small me. I could not invite ordinary real estate players. And there are big players. They're big players. All of them are Escos. They went and sat down. I came to where they were. They said, Casey, you redefine everything for us. You made us proud. We felt so important. I was just smiling. I told them, this is just the beginning. One made a statement. He said, what we are looking for in Olumide, I think we can find it in you. And of course, I told them, I said, it's grace that I'm receiving from there that I'm translating here, because I'm not a fake son. Acquire skills. Acquire skills. Let me round up. Employees in 2026 are less impressed with paper qualifications. Employees in 2026 are less impressed with paper qualification, but they are more interested in what you can accomplish. Competency beats certification when you can show results. Competency beats certification any day, anytime. You can be a tech lawyer. You can be a tech doctor. You can be an AI pastor and leverage on artificial intelligence in a way that people will be wondering because you've mastered it. Anyway, let me run this down. The market trends that is shaping compensation. Skill-driven roles often outperform degree-only jobs. Skill-driven roles will always outperform. So check out and find out this job that I'm doing. What is the skill that I can add up to it that will help me to outperform someone that is just using certificate? I'm going to stop so far. This is 10 minutes before 9. My time is up. By next week, if you are in our church platform, please, I encourage you to bring out your phone and then go to our YouTube. Our teaching series are all there. Go to our YouTube, Swift_. I think I'm right? Swift_church. But if you're not there, ensure that you join our community, on our WhatsApp community. Next week's teaching is so critical. It's how to earn in dollars while you are living in Nigeria. That's the topic for next week. Please, media team, creative team, take note of that. How to earn in dollars. It's going to be a very practical class, a very serious class. And you shouldn't be thinking anything short of influence and affluence. How to earn in dollars while you are living in Nigeria, so that your services and other things, you know how to put it together. We are just starting the year. This is the 18th day. You can equip yourself in the next 6 months with what will project you across the globe. Stop doing how you have been doing before. You will always remain how you've always remained before. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just take one question and our time will be up, please. Just one question. We have less than 9 minutes. Just one question. Please don't worry. I want to announce something. Thank you. I'll just take one question and our time. Any question? You have a question? Please get the microphone for him, please, quickly. Time is up. Let's run in front. Let's run. We have less than 8 minutes, please. Less than 8 minutes.
Good morning, church.
Good morning. Your name and your question, please. Straight.
I'm Ikise Atabam, my name. So, if you want to set up your WhatsApp page, you notice there's no Nigeria, so there's no Nigeria. You can't set up your WhatsApp. That's using Meta Business Suite. That's for social media people now, maybe content people. Using Meta Business Suite, you can't find Nigeria in that platform. So, what ways can people leverage? What other ways can people leverage in all of these content stuff as pay? Meta products.
Okay. A lot of people are already liaising with diasporans. And diasporans are helping out a great deal, including Facebook, especially Meta space, all right? When we say Meta, people are leveraging on diasporans, and they're helping out. They're helping out. Some are now doing it like business. When they help out, you share the ratio. Once they know that you have something to offer, they tell you 30, 70, 40, 60, whatever. You understand? So let's not die local while we can extend our hands to international communities and ask them, how do I do this? How do I get this thing done? People are doing that. So let's connect with the aspirants and ask them how to do it. There's one of our church members here, and he's outside the country. I think he has helped either one or two people using address, everything, because these are some basic things they want to ask you. Because once your address reflects Lagos State, Nigeria, the thing will flag off. Okay, so leverage on the diasporans. Okay, that's just the question we will take for now. I am in chapter 4 of my book. Yeah, I'm in chapter 4, Cracking the Value Code. I started reading it last night. A big thank you to everyone that came. It was a VIP launch, and if you are not invited and you came, that's a sign of disobedience. Because you came, you didn't give me money. Why did you come? Why did you come now? Because the people I invited, it was intentional. I invited them to give me money. Now you didn't give me money. You collected my book. So how do you want me to propagate the gospel? Or you think I collected that money to eat? You don't know we have a lot of kingdom things to do. If you don't want to do kingdom work, you just think that Pastor Casey is just doing something. Everything I'm doing is kingdom oriented. Kingdom focus. I'm being honest with you. I told you don't come. I will not give you card because you're not going to give me 100,000. If I ask you to give me 100,000, which kind of thing be this? I said, don't come. I will do the lunch for you here. Where you will pay normal money. Don't come, and you stubbornly came. You will pay me. I know all of you that came that I didn't invite, because there are people that I know I invited, and you came, I didn't invite you. After service, come and meet me. I'll give you a lot and account number, and you will pay. That's on a lighter note anyway. So when the reviewer was reviewing the book 5 minutes more, he reviewed the book in a way that I was shocked. I was asking myself, is this still my book? If I say this guy don't get content, pass me. Me, the writer. Of course, it happens to me. I will pick up your book. If I read your book, if I'm talking about your book, you will be shocked because I will see things that you did not even see. So as he was talking, I sat down there, but he didn't know. I was just looking at him. I said, did I write this thing? Where is this one getting this thing from? I say another inspiration. May he not go and write another one and say cracking the trillionaire code. All right, when I got back home last night, after my dinner, I rested a little, got up around after 10, and I started reading. I read chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. I got to chapter 4. I was like, I think I spoke with you, Pastor Solomon, almost around 11 or thereabout. So I was awake till 2 a.m. I was reading. When I got to cracking the value code, I was like, Jesus Christ. Please, cracking the billionaire code is out and is now selling. Let's appreciate Jesus. It's interesting to know that I'm the one that have written the most outstanding financial books all across this entire region. All across this entire region. I don't have a match. Nobody is close. Financial books. And I'm still rolling out more. And part of the thing that one of us told me, he said, wouldn't they say your books is expensive? I said they should strive poverty. My books are not cheap. Not just because it's about 200, almost getting to 300 pages. No. It's because of a content. It's a encyclopedia coming together of millions of trainings. And I put it together in just a token. So, it's out. I don't know about Money Science. If Money Science is available, can I get a copy of it? Is Money Science available? Where's the Money Science? The Money Science book? Okay. Can I get it? It's going for 20,000 naira. I think there will be a setup out there, and Our team will be there. So if you need a copy, if you need 10 copies, you want to give to people, if you need 5 copies, let's propagate it. But most importantly, every member of this church, you must get a copy of this. Let's sit down. It's our year of affluence. Let's sit down. You've done things that are more than 20,000 naira. So what is it that you cannot buy a book that can put you on the right track? So there are a lot of things. I just brought out value code. There is inner code where everything starts. Chapter 1. Everything starts from the inner code. If you crack the inner code, if you crack it, you are in for something amazing. So I encourage us to get a copy of this. And I bless this book to be a blessing to humanity. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son. Your amen is annoying me. Is it that you like poverty? Why are we discussing about money? Somebody is behaving as if we're discussing about one strange spirit. Are we good? All right, money science, I said, is the foundation of cracking the billionaire code. It's going for 10,000 naira. Money science was the training that we did where I talked about unlocking the billions within you. Honorable Ngozi Obo was the only one that was in that training, and it's a paid training. I think the training was, it was 50,000. It was 50,000. They paid it. There were many, and it was then that certain things started coming as she code, billionaire, and other things. Nobody goes through my training that will not bring out something. So this is 10,000 naira. This is 20,000 naira. Rise up on your feet and let's shut down the service. Have you been blessed this morning? Let's package our offering quickly in 1 minute. Let's package our offering. Let's package our offering 1 minute. Let's quickly package our offering. Thank you, Lord. Details for giving is on the screen. Let's quickly package. Quickly package your offering. Everyone quickly package. Lift it up towards 7 if you are done doing that. Thank you, mighty God. While the refiners are getting ready to take the stage. Thank you, awesome Father. We glorify your name. We thank you. We thank you. We are so grateful for the amazing things that you've started doing already. Thank you, awesome Father. Thank you, mighty God. Accept our offerings this morning. In Jesus' mighty name, we have prayed. Please, if you have a testimony to share, meet the ushers and let them document your testimonies. Testimonies are documented are the ones that will be shared. God bless you.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Let's just lift up our voices this morning and begin to give God praise. All over the house, just go ahead and thank Him.